That a lot of us was waiting for with the rookies reporting to training camp is when Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams would be signing their rookie deals. Rome Odunze signed earlier, and now we got Caleb Williams officially signing his rookie deal with the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk about it all and more, but first, we got to play that intro.
Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Steve-O, we figured that the news was going to come down today with Rome Odunze signing earlier. They were probably back-to-back with it. Caleb Williams has signed a 4-year, $39.49 million deal with the Chicago Bears, which includes a $25.5 million signing bonus on top of all of that. How do you feel about the deal, Steve-O?
Hey, it's time. The time has come. It's time for it to get business. All guns are in place. All sets are in motion. The mission is started. It's time to go. I like the deal. We knew what was going. You know what we're gonna do for a rookie quarterback, especially a number one pick quarterback. So we already knew what the numbers was gonna be. We already knew what the guarantees was gonna be. But like I said, I ain't too much worried. This dude come from money. He got money already, so he's set. He ain't worried about that. He's strictly worried about what he has to do for his job, and that's leading this franchise into the direction that we looking for. And they headed to if they're not there, they heading there. They at Haize, they finna get it going, and that's all it's time. It's time to go. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to, is that getting this done was what needed to happen to get it out the way, to get it finished, to get completed. So now that the business can be focused on growing and developing this football team to get it to the level that we need and want it to be at. That's it. It's the last shred of business that needed to be handled. Everybody's reporting training camp by Friday, and that's when all the contact practices and started and everything like that. Getting this thing locked in with Caleb Williams, with Rome Odunze, was the most important part of all this. And now it's locked in. Now we can go forward and just focus on the business aspect. That's it. And so, this is Caleb when it comes down to it. He does get quite a sizable signing bonus. This is after Rome Odunze also got a $13 million signing bonus himself. Yeah. And the Bears have locked in their future. And I know there are going to be people who go to the diva narrative or whatever their chosen narrative is because they have issues with Caleb Williams. But the fact of the matter is, it's business. This business needed to be taken care of. We can now move forward and focus on the things that we need to focus on. And so, any and all distractions, removed now. This was the last bit of hanging business. Now the Bears are going to do what the Bears usually do in training camp. They're going to go through first week or two of training camp, maybe even go through the first preseason game and evaluate the talent. They may make some veteran acquisitions going forward, which I do expect one at least to be made in a specific area, but it's based off what this coaching staff can do. So now let's get it done. It's locked in. We can focus on the preseason and then Hard Knocks coming as well in a few weeks. So that's what the focus is on.
Yeah, and that's what I was pretty much looking for. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've been on here, but I just been ready for us to just have all the things that's written out. The ink is dry. We only got one thing to focus on, and that's the season that's at hand. I think that's where everybody's getting to the point. Everybody pretty much tired of basketball and baseball at this point, ready for some football, and that's what's going to happen. OTAs, they finna put them pads on, and this where we can start being a little bit more critical of the things that we're hearing and seeing at OTAs, from the O linemen, from our quarterback, from our wide receivers to the defense. I think we all got the utmost confidence in the defense, probably more than anything right now. But we also know the potential that this offensive has. So I think that's all we're looking for. He got a sizable signing bonus. But like I said, if I'm having a kid, you're training to be a goddamn quarterback because, hey, that's where the money at. It is what it is. And what comes with that money comes with big responsibilities. You got to learn that playbook. You got to learn all the cadence. You got to learn everybody on that team. That's a 70-man squad? That's a lot of people. So yeah. It's a lot of responsibilities at hand with a lot of things that comes in this game. So that's why they get paid like that.
Yeah, a lot of expectations that come with this deal on top of just not only being the number one overall pick, but you are the number one overall pick for the Chicago Bears, who have been looking for a franchise quarterback for the better part of 40 years. So it comes with a lot of expectations with that. And Caleb, from what I've seen, what I've read from anybody who's met the man, is that he understands the pressure that's there. And it's still not as great as the pressure he puts on himself, to be a great quarterback. Like you said, this man comes for money. He's not in this to make the money from the game. He's in this because he really does want to be great. He wants his name mentioned up there with the greats to do this. Is he going to put in the work? Is he going to accomplish it under the Chicago Bears uniform? Those are now the questions that we get to focus on. The contract is eliminated. 4-year deal. We'll see what it's going to bring. He's going to get that 5th year is going to be an option at $25 million for just that one season. And we're going to get to see what he's going to bring here, man. There's tons of expectations, not just because of Caleb as well, but because of how Ryan Poles went out to improve this team once he made that decision to go out and get Caleb. And now we got to see and what it's going to bring on the football field for the Bears and for everybody.
Like you could tell me when we hired Ryan Poles, this was gonna happen. If we really sit back and look up all the moves that's happening up until this point, from completely getting rid of Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn and that whole era, and then him realizing we're gonna have to go through some things, but I'm gonna do some minor moves around. I'm gonna make some minor signings, but I'm definitely gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build through the draft. Now we're seeing that come to pass with Jalen Johnson, Brisker, Darrell, our right tackle. I don't know why his name drawing a blank, but we're starting to see that come to life. And to see now that we got one of the best quarterbacks that everybody has their eyes on for years, and he lived up to every single moment up to this point. Then to pair him next to a wide receiver that we all watched, and he went through his own little things at Washington where he wasn't good his sophomore and freshman year, and the junior year was the start of the promise, and the senior years when he finished off and really showed what he was. So he been through some adversity as well. So like everybody that came here fits here. They fit the Chicago brand of football. They look like the new brand, especially with the old offense the front office that we have right now. Like everything just fits right now. And like this is crazy coming from the hell days of the McCaskies doing McCaskey shit. So I'm just looking. It's a breath of fresh air. I have no worries coming to this. I have a little bit. I ain't gonna say a little bit, but I have really no worries.
Concern. Yeah, like the thing is that until it's seen, right? Until I see it working on the field, I'm always gonna have some concern. That's just who I am as a person. There's always gonna be some pessimism. Like I've been telling people for years, I have been a Chicago Bears fan my whole entire life on this planet. All 37, almost 38 years on this planet has been me being a Bears fan. You think I don't have concerns? I absolutely fucking do have concerns, but I'm just hoping that this feels different. For the first time in a long time, it feels like a different era. It feels like a different way of going about things. It feels like a process and a set of expectations has been laid out. And so now we get to see. Now, one thing that we do need to talk about with this as well Steve-O, this leaves now the Bears with $12 million officially after the Rome, after the Caleb Williams contracts, $12 million to go out there and add a veteran. Do you think that's enough to get it done? Do you think it's just going to be unique? Do you think it ends up being a different position? What do you think the Bears do with that remaining $12 million of cap space?
I honestly just think it's unique. I think it's going to be unique. I think we even learned, especially with Ryan Poles, he like to do his damage during the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So I think I'm looking more for more activity in that and during that time of the season versus now, because for one, ain't really too many people out there, and if it is, it's gonna get a bit expensive. So I think Yannick is the only signing for right now, and we're gonna look to do probably, if not maybe something near a sweat move that we did last year.
And the Bears still have some money that they can clear. I've talked about it a lot on the show. If they waive Larry Borom, that gives them $3 million back on the cap. He carries a dead cap of only $30,000, which for NFL teams, they'll sneeze that away. So there's that potential if they need to go out a little. I think unique is probably the most likely scenario. There are other ones that you could look at as well. If Connor Williams is healthy and you look at the offensive line being the bigger need than the defensive end, depending on how, Walker, Booker and Walker come into training camp.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard it too. Dominique Robinson apparently has put on considerable weight. They said that he looks like a different person. I don't know how much that's going to work for him. I got to see
weight. I'm about to say, I don't think weight was something I felt like he was lacking. It was the technical side of the thing. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that it shows that you have the capability to work on yourself because you're working on your body. So is that translating to, are you working on the game side? Because you can have $1 million body, but if you ain't performing like it, it don't matter.
That's facts. That's part of the reason why Cardi B is single.
I'm not finna get into that because a lot of people are not gonna like my opinion because I just don't think that was. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my opinion to
It was
myself.
just the first person that came to mind. You could throw in Megan Thee Stallion there. You could throw in a lot of them, bro. It is what it
Megan, it's an attitude. It ain't the looks. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
is. But yeah, our Bears roster set, man, and it is at the place now where we can focus on football. Everybody's going to report by training camp, and honestly, the kind of things that you're looking for now is like if we come in and Nate Davis is actually practicing at the beginning of training camp, almost all
Bro,
the questions are eliminated at that point.
bro.
Can we get Nate Davis to practice? Can we get that to happen?
Yeah, that's the little things that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at that's the things I'm looking like. I'm looking at how healthy Tevin is gonna be. How healthy because like I said, we did some things to this online. We didn't do the big things. So that still means that he believes in the players that we still have at the starting job. So I'm looking at Nate. I'm looking at Tevin. I'm looking at how durable they can be this year because that's going to have to be the case. But I also like I said, I like what he did just in case something happens. And it's OTAs. We don't know who's gonna lose a job or not. So it might be some position battles that we shall see. Definitely gonna be looking for it at when the docs drop. So yeah, I'm ready now. It's football. I'm ready to talk about some football. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. I gotta be on Coach T in about an hour. Hey,
There
that's
you
how you
go.
get back to football for sure.
Coach T, ramp it up. We got a long days ahead, man. It's a labor of love, man. I can't wait to start talking football again. The game's getting excited because this is one of the more exciting, and I'm excited at the beginning of every Bear season because listen, every season at the beginning you have hope, right? But for Bears fans, that hope has quickly come crashing down the last few years. Let's hope that we're going in with this one and the hope gets maintained throughout most of the season because we deserve it. We need it, man. We need
I hope we don't start off slow.
it.
Like I like this off season. I think this only took a nice little chunk out of me because it no diddy.
Yeah.
Because that whole little fiasco was just draining. I didn't want to talk about football at that point. So now we over that. Don't start it off slow.
That's
Like
facts.
can we start it off? I mean, we ain't gotta start off on fire, but like, can we look like we got some damn sense? Like that's all I
Yeah.
ask.
Exactly. And this comment, I gotta disagree with you here. It's not either one or like we gotta stop thinking it was both in a lot. You don't give up 106 sacks in 2 years, and your O-line wasn't the
And it's
problem.
just the damn quarterback.
It wasn't
When
just
it's just the O lineman. It's not.
it's
It's
the O-line.
both.
It was a combination of both. You don't give up that many sacks without the O-line being part of the problem. Jared says, C Dub gonna have to get a new nickname because that's what I call Caleb Williams. Well, guess what? C Dub's been here 67 years before Caleb Williams came on this play.
This nigga just added like 15 years to his life.
C Dub gonna kill you see this episode, man. Oh man, that's
Young ass
funny.
motherfuckers. That's all he gonna say.
That's all he gonna say. You young motherfuckers, like, yeah, that's all he gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Any last thoughts, Steve, before we get up out here, man?
Hey, it's a busy day. If I'm not mistaken, the Bulls play Detroit tonight, so look out for that. I think
Yep.
we might do a
Sky
little
play
live.
late tonight too.
I gotta stay up late. Thank God I'm off. So hey, God must knew something with the goddamn tornadoes last night. Cause hey, that shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was the end of the world. You know, we don't get damn tornadoes. They said that
Yeah.
shit touched down by midway. We
Really?
had like 10 of them. We
It
had
touched
10.
down by midway.
We had 10 active tornadoes last night.
That's crazy, fam.
And I was they that bullshit. I'm thinking like, bro, I'm outside, and then it just still get windy, and then I hear the sound. I said, let me take my ass in the house. Boy, I looked over the rig cam. It looked like the Wizard of Oz.
That's funny. That's funny, man. Hey, listen.
BLJ said, "Did you see my question? Oh yeah, you said about Hunter Renfro. Too expensive. He's gonna be too expensive.
Not for a fourth. Like we didn't get Keenan, that'd be
Yeah.
different. Not for a
Yeah.
fourth.
He would. I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I don't think he will want to be a fourth, But if he didn't have a choice and we took him, he would
Oh,
eat
if he
that
didn't have a
short.
choice, best believe, like
Yeah.
at that point,
Yeah.
Caleb better throw for 5,000 yards, bro. If you got that,
Yeah.
those, like you better throw for like fuck everything else. You better be breaking NFL records, not just Bears records. If you got Renfro as your fourth wideout, no. At that point, bro,
Y'all know how I
it's a cheat
feel. I
code.
feel like y'all know how I feel about Renfro. I think he one of the most underrated route runners in the league. So if we was able, I don't think we got the money for him. That's the main thing.
I agree with that. Like, yeah, at this point, I mean, we just went. We got $12 million. We ain't got the money for it, and I doubt them to trade for a contract of that size personally. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But great output here, man. Thank you for showing up, man. We appreciate you guys so much for just the growth of this channel over this off season. This was one of the we refined how we do off-season coverage this off-season in a way that I've carried over to Chicago Bull Central too. Keep in mind, Bull Central was the channel that was here first, but just through the growth and through how you guys have supported us, you taught us how to deliver off-season content, and I hope that you guys feel like we've been one of the best.
Did 24 days of nothing in my life until that point,
bro. That shit was crazy, man. She was crazy. We got Pat the Designer's live. His hairline looked like it got pushed back. Y'all go and Pat the Designer after we in this. Go and Pat the Designer's chat.
Frank
and ask
Belladucci turned 30 and it looking bad
because he was proud of saying that he turned 30 and had his same hairline. The evidence shows different, my boy. That's my brother. It's no personal beef, but that hairline is pushed back a little bit there. I'm about to go in this chat and go mess with it.
Walked a little bit.
Yeah, it moonwalked a little bit. But, man, love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Chi Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Like I said, go over to the Windy City Breeze. Make sure y'all put in this comment section, my boy, what happened to that hairline?